to the vlog. Now I do apologise, it has been a very long time since last posted. I think it was maybe early July. Now this was around about the time that I was about to jet off to Ireland. Now I ended up going for about 2 weeks and it was such an amazing trip. I got to watch my brother and his partner get married, so that was amazing. She looked absolutely stunning on the day and my brother looked so handsome, as all of us kids do that are in the family. So yeah, no, the trip was really amazing. We got to meet all of the family, got to meet all of the friends and everyone that they've met there and everything. It was just amazing. We got to do a whole heap of sightseeing and everything, seeing the cliffs, seeing some caves, seeing a bird show, got to see 2 different castles, and yeah, we just did a lot of sightseeing, so it was awesome. Best trip I've ever been on. Now the flight was crazy long. The flight there wasn't too bad. We was running late. Well, we weren't running late. The flight was running late in Adelaide to Dubai. But we got to Dubai and we literally had the most smallest amount of time to be able to get onto the flight to Ireland. So we rushed over there and we got it. So we made it all there fine. Now the way back, I went back with my brother and my older brother and older sister. Now that was a crazy time. Now we were flying from Ireland to Dubai, got to Dubai and we were on the tarmac for ages and ages. Found out that there was actually an accident on the runway. 2 trucks, with baggages or something like that, they collided, which means that we missed our flight to Adelaide. So we ran to the assistant people, they had to change our flights and everything. So we spent probably about 8.5 hours in Dubai airport. We got to look around and things like that. We got a meal that was on the airport because it was their mistake their accident that caused us to miss our flight. So yeah, we just basically walked around. We got a breakfast / lunch, and yeah, the flight went to Melbourne, and then from Melbourne we then catched it to Adelaide. And God, I was so glad to see Danny when we got home. I was waiting so much. I just wanted to be home with the animals and with him. So I was just I was like, land, finally, we're in Adelaide. I was just so excited that we were finally home. It was an experience plus. It was amazing in Dubai. There was a prayer over the speaker and so you got to listen to that, and you got to just see different types of people, different languages you could hear and everything like that, and just different ways people dress over there, and just everyone that's going into the airport. You just see a whole range of different people, and it was amazing to see that. In Adelaide you don't really see a whole heap of different things like that. Here and there you do, obviously in the streets, but just in an airport it's completely different. You see a whole range of people from all over the world. So that was amazing. So I ended up coming back a week early. One of our animals weren't doing too well while I was gone overseas. So I made the decision to come back early. Just basically, I didn't want to be halfway around the world and then hear that one of our animals have passed away. So I just really wanted to make sure that I was here. He is doing much better. He was on a lot of medication and things like that, and poor bugger was really stressed out because I wasn't there. He was really unwell, and then everything else is just happening. So thankfully he is on the mend. Now he's still here and there is a little bit unwell, but he is much better, thankfully. So happy about that. So from there, I'm going to fill you in on some more exciting things. So now, by the title of our video, it's going to give you a little hint of what this video is going to be about. So the week I came back was the week prior to my ovulation. Now I was on the Clomid 50 milligrams, so I knew when I was going to ovulate. So when the week I got home, the following week was going to be my ovulation time. So we made sure that we timed up everything, spot on. Now when my ovulation day did come, my tests weren't showing that I was ovulating. So I was a bit like, oh, what the hell is going on? Like, I should be ovulating by now. But the next morning I did the test and it came up 2 thick lines, and I was like, yes, so I'm ovulating. So, you know, we did what we did. Now, obviously, you do the 2-week wait. I honestly didn't think that we were going to conceive this cycle. Just, you know, after the miscarriage, then I think it was the miscarriage, we did that cycle. Like, we missed out on that cycle. Then the next cycle I did it, there I got my period in Ireland, and obviously it was a negative. Then I got home, and I felt like it may have not have been the timing kind of thing. I don't know, I didn't have a feeling that this time was going to be the time that we conceive. So, you know, we were just relaxing and, you know, doing whatever. Then the 2 weeks came and my period was late by only 1 day. Now, I was like, oh, it was late by 1 day in Ireland, so I'm thinking, oh, the travelling and everything like that, maybe even though I'm on Clomid, maybe the travel back home was just a little bit on my body, so I won't test or anything like that. Now, the second day came, and then I didn't think I was, and then I was like, oh, you know what, stuff it. I'm just going to do a pregnancy test and just see. Now, I didn't want to waste a first response, so I did it on one of those cheapy ones that you get from eBay. Now, when I did it, I swear, I seen the most lightest line there, and I was thinking, serious? Like, really? Oh my God. So I wasn't too sure. So I rang up Danielle. I'm like, so I did a pregnancy test, only one of the cheapy ones, and I'm pretty sure there's a line there. Should I do the first response and just see? And he's like, well, it's up to you, like, do it, and then if you need to get more tests, we can grab some. I was like, all right. So I left my phone in the kitchen, ran to the bathroom. In the meantime, I drank a lot of water to make sure I had enough wee to be able to do the test. Now, went to the toilet, and I honestly wasn't thinking it was going to be positive, because the last time I did the test with a cheapy one, it showed up a light line, but I wasn't pregnant. So I was just like, I don't think so. But would you know it, as soon as I dipped it in and popped it on the counter and I was just looking at it, within a second or two, there was a line already. And I just looked at the test and I was like, oh my God. Freaking ran to my phone to grab it to take a photo to send Danny. And I was like, oh, I could not believe that. Oh my God, we're pregnant. You know, I think the fact that I went away for a little bit, had my little holiday, came home and I was in the mindset of trying for a baby, but I think not thinking that it was going to work maybe helped with the less stress and on putting, we have to get pregnant this cycle kind of thing. So yeah, and then I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. So then, I think it was a Friday, I think it was. So I then cancelled my plans. I was meant to do wedding dress shopping that day, so I cancelled those plans. You know, going to the doctors, getting a blood test is more important than a wedding dress at the moment, because I needed to know right there, right then. So I went to where I was working at the time, medical centre, waited for a couple of hours, went and did a blood test, and the next day, after my shift, I went in and seen the doctor. And would you know what? It was positive. So I was just like, oh my God, so happy. I'm pretty sure the HCG was like 73 or 76 or something like that. And I was just like, yes, it's more than the first pregnancy. The first pregnancy was, I think, 53 HCG. So it was about 20 or so more HCG than it was. I was still quite worried, thinking in my mind, like, I've already had a miscarriage before. Please don't let this one be a miscarriage. I was just so scared. And with my doctor, I said, I'm like, now, because of my early miscarriage last time, do I need to continue doing HCG levels just to make sure that they are going up? And she said, yep, so we'll do that. So every Thursday, I think it was, I would go in, or Wednesday, I would go in for a blood test and just make sure that the levels are going up. And would you know it, every single week that I did the blood test, next day I would go in and see the doctor, and But you know what? The tests were, the HCG was going up and up and up. So, you know, I was so relieved, but, you know, you always have in the back of your mind that please don't end in a miscarriage. Please, 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 please don't. Just because, you know, the first time we weren't expecting it. Now, the second time, I just wanted to make sure that everything was, we were doing everything that we could just so we have a healthy baby kind of thing. So, like, even now, I still worry about things, but I know we're past the point where everything is alright. So, I'm really excited and everything. Danny's so excited. Our whole entire family and friends, they're just so excited for us, you know. At the end of the day, we've been trying for 7.5 years to, you know, have a baby. In that time frame of trying, we went and seen so many doctors and specialists to try and know what was going on and why weren't we getting pregnant and things like that. So 7.5 years of pregnancy tests that are negative, blood tests that are negative, scans that are negative, don't know why you're not starting your periods and things like that. It's just, you know, it's so draining. So with the last end of my video, I'm going to talk to you about what I've experienced through the last couple of weeks of my pregnancy. So from week 4 to week 13. I'm 13 weeks as of tomorrow. Yay! So from week 4 to week 6, I was fine. I didn't think that I was going to be getting any morning sickness because I hadn't got any so far. So I was cheering. But I was wrong. Week 6 came along and oh lordy lord, I was not well at all. I was only threw up a couple of times, thankfully, but I was just so unwell, feeling sick all day, every day, to the point that I couldn't even get out of bed and do anything just because I was so unwell. I was starting to get a little bit miserable because all I could do was lay in bed or watch TV and stuff like that. It was a little bit of a pity that I started to get the morning sickness. It started to affect work life and things like that, so it wasn't good at all. I eventually was able to go to the doctors and they gave me some medication, but she told me just see how you go. Well, if you really need it, do take it. If not, just try your best to not take it. It was completely fine to take. Obviously they won't give it to you if you can't take it, but so she just said sometimes you're lucky enough to only have it for a couple of weeks and then it's gone. So I'm glad I listened to her. I never ended up taking that medication. I just basically rode the sickness out. But yeah, like I said, I was very lucky to not vomit all day every day. I just had morning sickness all throughout the day, even in the night time. I was just so unwell. Like I said, I couldn't really do much. Got to the point that I was actually losing my appetite because of how unwell I was feeling. Now, my mum told me to take some ginger biscuits, eat those, they're fine. I was like, alright, no worries. So I started having the ginger biscuits whenever I wasn't feeling too well. Best thing ever. So if you're pregnant at the moment and you got the morning sickness, ginger biscuits, they are the best. But for me, I had too many of them, I think, over the space of my morning sickness. I can't even look at them anymore. The thought of ginger biscuits makes me start to feel sick because I remember how sick I felt at the time of eating those ginger biscuits. So now I don't eat ginger biscuits. I've got a packet in my cupboard now that I don't eat. So I was just like, I just can't believe, like even right now I just have the yuck feeling in the back of my throat, ginger biscuits. But I do recommend having them because they do definitely work. A lot of things that I've had around the time of my morning sickness, I can't even eat anymore. Like there's these things called my Georgie noodles, I think they're called. They're like, I call them Jap noodles because they're a Japanese type of noodles. It's got like all these spices and stuff in it. Can't eat them anymore. Soon after I had a packet of those, I think I was around about 7 or 8 weeks pregnant. Soon after, I regretted it. I threw it up. Was not nice coming back up. Burnt my throat, obviously all the spices. So now I can't even look at them. Every time I look at them, I think to myself of that time I threw up and can't eat them. Even with Doritos, can't eat Doritos. They just make me really unwell. So clearly the baby does not like Doritos, I've put it down to. I had a little bit of a laugh with Danny, and Danny's like, as if the baby doesn't like Doritos. Doritos are the best. But yeah, so from week 6 to around about week 11, I reckon, 10 to 11, I had the morning sickness all day, every day, and it was just to the point I just really couldn't do much else. I did not take any of that medication, just in my eyes, if I really don't need it, I didn't want to be on any medication, just because I know I won't put any risk to the baby, but I don't want to put anything in my body that I don't necessarily need. You know, back in the ancient days, women all over the world went through morning sickness without medication, so if I can ride it out, that's fine with me. So I did that. Thankfully, at the moment, morning sickness has completely gone. Here and there, I do feel a little bit unwell, but it is not like it was at week 6. So I'm so thankful that going into the second trimester, in a couple of, I think by week 13 and 14, you're in the second trimester. So by then, it should be cleared up. I shouldn't get morning sickness again, maybe here and there, but they usually say that it's only really the first trimester, so I'm very thankful for that. Now, I have noticed that I've been getting a lot of headaches. My eyes are more sensitive. Now, I was reading up on something to do with the amount of hormones that are in your body. They can make your eyes real sensitive, make them dry and things like that. So I was like, oh, that's good to know, because now I make sure that I use my glasses all day, every day if I'm doing things. Usually they're just for reading, but I usually try and wear them, and they've been helping, so that's really good. I've also noticed as well, sleeping already is hard. Pillow wise, you cannot get comfortable, and then when I sleep with my body pillow, it's just it takes up so much room of the bed, and it's just, I feel bad because I take up much of the room already because I'm a bed hog, and now I've got a body pillow. I feel bad, so I've put the body pillow away. It was fine, but I think the brand of body pillow that I got wasn't so good. So it was like, it's all lumpy now from me sleeping, like leaning on it and stuff like that. So it's not the best one, but now I just use a normal head pillow and stuff like that. So that's doing the job so far. So that's really good. I have noticed like certain things in this time frame as well has changed in my body. Obviously the belly, I can feel and I can notice that there is obviously a little belly. Now, being a bigger girl, I can't see a full bump just yet, but I can tell that I am getting a bigger belly, because obviously all your organs and all your bits and pieces in your belly move upwards to cater for your growing uterus, and I can tell already because my upper belly has popped out even more than it usually is, and then I noticed that I've got a little belly down the bottom, so it's really exciting. I've taken photos from week 4 to week 12, and you can slowly see the lower part of my belly just growing little bit by little bit by little bit, so it's amazing. And every single time I take photos, I just sit there and think to myself, I'm like, oh my god, I'm pregnant finally, and everything's going good. So I'm really, really excited about that. Now, our first scan we did, I think I was about 6 weeks, but the baby was measuring about 5 weeks. It was, yeah, I think I was 6 weeks, but baby was measuring at 5 weeks. So we couldn't really tell much, couldn't see the baby at all because it was so early, but my uterus was measuring perfectly fine, so that was really good. So I had to go back in about 8 weeks to get another scan. So I got a new scan through my new doctor, and then I went and I got the scan with Danny, and you can only just see a little bit. I'll insert a photo now. So with the little photo, it's only like literally this big on the thing, and then you can see the little yolk sac on it as well. And I was just like, oh my god, there's a little baby in there, and we've seen the heartbeat flickering away, and we got to hear it, and I started tearing up, just like, oh my god, there's a baby there, like, oh, seriously, like, that moment of seeing the heartbeat and that there is something in your uterus, like, is the best feeling ever. It's just the best. So yeah, everything was going good. The baby again was measuring that 1 week behind, so she thinks that maybe I conceived a week later than what I thought I did, but I know for a fact that I conceived when I ovulated because I was on Clomid. But at the end of the day, she said it's normal. Baby just might be measuring a week behind, but that's okay, so all good. Now week 12 came. Now on Friday just gone, so I don't even know what date that was. Let me just have a look on my little calendar. There we go, the 20th. As if I forgot, it was Danny's birthday the day before. So the 20th we went in for our 12-week scan. For this scan was for the Down syndrome test. They test the width on the back of the head, I think, to the uterus or something between those through there. They just measured that, and that with the blood test lets you know if your baby's gonna likely get Down syndrome or not. And with this scan, we got to see an actual baby. We got to see its face, the hands, elbow, feet. We got to see its stomach. He said that that's really good that it's formed because without a tummy you can't, it's not good. And we got to see the heartbeat and everything like that. We got to see its little nose and little mouth. It was incredible. I so wish I was able to record it because it was just the bestest ultrasound I've ever had. And it got to the point where the baby was just bending its knees and jumping up and down and jumping up and everything like that. It was such a wiggly worm. I started to laugh. Usually when I laugh, I end up crying. So I was trying to laugh it out kind of thing because I was so emotional. I was just so happy at the end of the day. You know, I've got this beautiful little baby growing in my belly and it's jumping around. It was crazy. And Danny, I could see in the corner of my eye, he was just so happy about it all. And the ultrasound guys said that the testing between the neck and the uterine lining and everything like that was really small, which is really good. If it's over 3 mils or something like that, that means your baby may have the risk of getting Down syndrome, and ours was, I think, 1.3 or 1.5 mils, so that's completely low for it, so that's really good. So we're really happy about that. Now today, which is Friday the, let's check again, 27th. I'm home all day every day. I forget what day it is. So we went to our second hospital appointment. All of our results came back positive, so our baby definitely does not have Down syndrome, so we're very happy about that. Yeah, all my bloods came back real good. I still am low on my vitamin D, and I've also found out that I'm low on my iron at the moment, so I've got to take my iron tablets now as well. So yeah, so that is basically from week 4 to week 13. Now, baby is still measuring a week behind, so they've changed my due date. It was meant to be the 28th of April. It is now May 5th. So in that 1 week space, baby could come in April or come in May. So, but at the end of the day, we have a healthy baby. Baby's growing as per it should be, and we're bloody happy and excited. So it's the best feeling ever. And things like that. We're starting to do our baby list now as well. I've got my little happiness journal. I don't know if you can see it. Nah, it's not gonna. Oh, here we go. I don't know if it will come up the right way or not, but happiness journal. I got this book when I was in Ireland. Now we've basically just written out things that we want to get for the baby and stuff like that. It's so exciting looking at all these websites and, you know, jotting down everything that you want to get. And then I just have my folder of everything that you can and can't eat during pregnancy and things like that. So that's very helpful. In my next video, I'll probably go through these in detail just because I think the video is long enough for today as it is. Now, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Now, if you haven't subscribed, hit like and subscribe down the bottom, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.